Hey, this is the Dark Match for the week ending in May 5th for WWE. I'm the Revolver Man.
I am No Leaf Clover.
I'm the match striker of DarkMatch. Make it fight free.
And I'm Iron Bite Dash, and this is What's Iron Sheik Tweeting Now? Yeah. Chris Bosh named his baby the Michael Jackson only because the Chris Bosh had the grasshopper dick. Who the hell is Chris Bosh?
He's a player for the Miami Heat.
He was part of.
I have betrayed myself as so white, it's not even funny.
Nobody cares about basketball.
That's true.
The only reason I know what Chris Bosh is because he came from the Raptors, the only Canadian team in the NBA. So it was all over Canadian media, like we gave a fuck.
Ah.
Oh my god, a Canadian is playing a sport other than hockey.
Well, if he's black, do you know how many black players there are in the NHL? There's only one that I can know of, and he plays for the Washington Capitals.
Yeah, that's the only reason we know about him.
Yeah,
exactly. There's like 8 you guys. I know like 4 of them.
You personally know 4 black
Yeah, you're damn right I do. It's one of my hobbies, getting in contact with black hockey players.
He's gonna collect them all.
Yeah, okay, guys. We have to talk about, as we said, this is the WWE show. We're going to kick it off with Monday Night Brock, starring Brock Lesnar.
Brock, Briggity Brock. We got
the Brock!
We're in the Brock zone! No, that doesn't make any sense. You know what? I am glad they ended this without it actually doing anything of note. As we all know, this is the Raw immediately following Extreme Rules, and the rumors were running rampant that Brock Lesnar was pissed, pissed at the world. It's like he destroyed the locker room. He did something. I don't fucking care. So he comes out and, first John Laurinaitis comes out. People power, everybody!
People power! John Laurinaitis, the Executive Vice President of Talent Relations, and the Permanent General Manager of both Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. And also, I happen to be Brock Lesnar's bitch.
Oh God, I need my smokes.
You know what? Last week, he really was Brock Lesnar's bitch. And, well, after Brock comes down, because, we can't start, Brock is like, oh, I beat Cena so bad that he beat me. Wait, what?
This starts that whole thing I was talking about where the fuck does Brock go from here since he didn't beat Cena.
Yeah. It's like, I honestly cannot, I cannot figure this out. It's like, ooh, Brock Lesnar, you managed to not beat John Cena. Oh no, he'll never be the same man again.
Yeah,
he will be.
I really don't understand this logic of he lost, but he still beat him. That makes no sense.
Right. No. You're completely right in that. He lost. Any momentum that he might have had with this whole, bullshit about Brock Lesnar's bringing legitimacy to the WWE. Why does a glorified stunt show need legitimacy?
Who knows? Anyway, let's keep it moving.
Yeah. So Brock comes down, he cuts a little promo, and of course he loses that. So that's 2 matches in a row he's lost. Once to John Cena, the other to the microphone. But then out comes the game.
Oh, goody. He's back.
Guys, I don't think I've ever really said this before, but thank God someone who can actually get on the mic is here.
Mm.
Yeah, that is. I don't. It's pretty obvious I don't care for Triple H, but yeah, imagine John Laurinaitis and Brock Lesnar doing a promo for about 25 minutes.
Oh God.
We
My
had that.
ears would bleed so much blood.
We had that last week in
Yeah,
last
that's what happened last week, and we were all fucking going nuts because it was really bad.
I was 5 minutes closer to death after that.
Like
You would have been 5 minutes closer to death anyway. Fucking idiot.
my big question is, everyone was talking about how great Brock was doing a promo cutter in UFC. Are the guys in UFC that uncharismatic that Brock Lesnar was blowing them out of the water?
Yes. Oh God, dude, have you ever watched anything UFC related?
Fuck no.
I have. It's like these guys should never be. They should just be using short, concise answers as Joe Rogan talks to them. Because really, whenever they get into a more lengthy speech about heart and determination, that's it. It's that's all they'll talk about. I actually watched an episode of The Ultimate Fighter before. Oh my God, these guys cannot give a motivational speech to save their damn lives.
Once again, I am lost on the popularity of the UFC, but that's another podcast altogether.
Yeah, it really is. So Triple H is down here. Basically, tell Brock that all those demands that he got from Johnny Ace, null and void.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
He's like, yeah, you know all that shit that bitchy McBitch Pants gave you? Yeah, you're not getting any of that anymore.
Well, congratulations, Triple H. Now you can be sued for breach of contract.
except he's not, because the contract had to have been approved by Triple H. A fact that he did remind us several times in this promo. So whatever Johnny Ace actually agreed to had to be first approved by Triple H, and then it had to be approved by the board of directors.
It's still in true legal law. It's not a good thing to do that. That's still a thing that can get you sued, even if it technically doesn't violate.
Yeah, it
But
can and it can't, but because this is a draw, this is the WWE. Nobody fucking cares.
yeah, law doesn't exist in wrestling. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, and
What you mean that people constantly trying to kill one another doesn't like draw law enforcement?
nope. Color
Yeah,
goes
it's
black.
like WWE's their own little micronation, and any stadium they set up shop in is technically outside the laws of the actual state it's in.
Yeah.
Which I bet they wish they could really do.
Admittedly, it's still a better legal system than TNA.
But you see, but the thing is though, even though Triple H thinks the contract that they and apparently according to Triple H, Johnny Ace did not have any authority to negotiate changes to Brock Lesnar's contract. In fact, he even tears up the quote unquote new contract and says, "Hey, look, your old contract was more than fair." And that's when Johnny Ace starts pissing Triple H off.
Hunter, I think you're being a little bit unfair to Brock Lesnar.
John?
Shut up, Johnny.
Yeah, John, I'm gonna tell you
Hunter, I
something.
just
Shut up.
think, Hunter, I am not in any way at all trying to distract you so Brock Lesnar can destroy you. I'm just asking you to fucking
That's
take
it.
a
I'm just shutting you up with my fist.
And that's when Brock Lesnar attacks Triple H from behind.
see what happens when I told you what wasn't supposed to happen happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Dark Match players. Give them a round of applause, everybody. No, seriously, that's exactly what happened. Brock Lesnar just snaps, attacks Triple H. Triple H tries to, fight him off, and meanwhile Johnny Ace is standing there at ringside with this dumbfounded deer in the headlights expression on his face, and eventually Lesnar just locks Triple H on in the Kimura clutch, and air quotes snaps Triple H's arm, and in reality he just moves the position of where the arm is. But this brings out Big Show, R-Truth, Kofi Kingston, and Sheamus to make the save as Lesnar rolls out of the ring and, guys in suits appear.
Yeah, like the FBI shows up or something.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Michael Cole has turned tweener. He's not a face. He's a tweener. And
I much prefer that to him being full on heel.
You know what? That's why I brought it up. Because I prefer a Michael Cole who's a tweener rather than oh God, this sucks so much. Oh, Miz, hold on a second. Let me pull down your pants and service you.
Oh God, now I'm gonna have nightmares again.
If anybody wishes to see the storyline, go look up New Legacy. Cheap plug for New Legacy because I like them.
Yeah.
It's like, so anyways, so we go to commercial after Big Show helps Triple H get out. This was a very, very moving scene. And we go to the back where Sheamus of all people is with Triple H.
Yeah, fellow Triple H, I know I did far worse to you, but that Brock Lesnar's an asshole. I apologize.
Well, what's worse, getting brained in the head with a fucking pipe or getting your arm broken?
You have to correct it, though. It wasn't a pipe. It was a poip.
Yeah, it was a poip. It was a poip, fella. You all get it right. Anyway, so we then Eve Torres comes out in glasses, and oh my God. It's like you put glasses on a girl, and it's instantly her hotness factor goes up by 10. So right now, Eve Torres is at a 1 because she was at a 0 before, the stupid bitch.
Stop it.
0 plus 10 equals 1?
Yeah, exactly. This is on the Iron Bite scale. Anyways, we're going to have a beat the clock challenge to name the new #1 contender for the WWE Championship. And our first match of the night is The Miz versus Santino Marella.
Yeah. Remember when Miz was headlining WrestleMania?
Nope.
Hey. Remember when Miz was WWE champion and was actually kind of defending his title?
Yep.
Remember when The Miz wasn't being a giant dick and therefore getting himself pushed down the card because he was unmotivated because he thought he deserved everything and now he has to work his way back up?
Yep, that I do remember. Oh God, this match. This match was basically a rematch from Extreme Rules. And if you haven't seen this, it's probably still on YouTube somewhere. Pretty good match, I thought, but the one at Extreme Rules. But this one,
This one was a lot more of a TV match.
Yeah.
I guess that's to be expected.
Yeah, but
I mean, we're no disrespect to The Miz or Santino, but we weren't exactly expecting a 5-star classic here.
No, we weren't. It was a serviceable. It was a serviceable match. It ends with Miz hitting the skull crushing finale. So your beat the clock time is set at 4 minutes 18 seconds.
Also, good work jobbing out your fucking champion there, WWE. I mean, that's TNA levels of bullshit right there.
Well, no, but within the context of the whole thing, sometimes the champion has to lose, and for a match that's basically 5 minutes long, Santino looked as good as he possibly could.
Yeah.
It for the purposes of this, it doesn't matter that Santino. He wins so often now, which is what is really fucking baffling. So
yeah, so I mean, really, dude. Yeah, they jobbed him out, but in the long run, does it hurt Santino? He's United States champion. It doesn't even hurt the credibility of the United States Championship because, well, look at what they did to it with Zack Ryder.
Oh my. That's another podcast. How Zack Ryder got thrown under the bus for Cena's sake. Yeah, great friend there, Cena. But anyways, let's move on.
So up next is a Diva Championship triple threat, and guys, this is the last match for the Bellas. So I don't even have to recap this. This was drop kick, quick cover. Layla wins.
Layla wins. Moving on.
Yay,
Yeah.
Layla.
Yeah. So up next is Chris Jericho versus the Big Show.
18 seconds, by the way, if you want an official count.
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
Oh my fucking God.
Remember when Trish Stratus left the company?
Oh. I'm just sad that we'll never see twin matches.
Do we really want to see the Bellas in a match that's longer than 18 seconds, though?
Yes!
They're working. They're improving.
Not anymore.
Improving how? If anything, they've plateaued.
So, up next is Jericho versus the Big Show. And another beat the clock challenge. And, well, you know, it's this was, again, Big Show has been surprising me lately. And it's one of those, wow, I didn't know he could still move like that. Kind of surprises.
For a guy his age, his size, to do some of the things he still does,
yeah,
he's kind of really fucking good.
Yeah, I mean
it's shocking. I think he's better than when he was in WCW. Honestly, at the very least, he knows the work better.
Well,
and you know what? I love the WMD because it's so fucking simple. And I'm a firm believer that finishes should be simple and quick.
Yeah.
RKO. As much as I don't like Randy Orton, RKO, brilliant. Even the pedigree. It takes a bit to set up, but it can come out of nowhere. Brilliant. What's not a good one? Let's say, I don't care for the Codebreaker, honestly.
Ooh, you know what?
That's when you can hit out of nowhere, though.
That is and you can actually hit that one on anybody.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess I'm thinking more about the People's Elbow is one of the worst finishers I've ever seen.
Okay, there's something I agree with. From a technical standpoint,
my elbow. I'm gonna get momentum off the ropes and then drive my elbow into your chest. In that
one of my friends tried to justify it to me that says, since he's dropping the elbow on his heart, it's like giving the guy a heart attack.
Then the guy is dead.
Yeah.
So The Rock is trying to murder somebody in the ring when he does it?
So anyways, this match, it's one of those back and forth. It's a Jericho show match. And say what you want about either one of these men, they know each other pretty damn well. And it ends in a double count out.
Well, that's kind of the problem when they have to beat the clock challenges or whatever. You can't really do anything. Everyone has to have like a 5-minute match.
Right.
I suppose someone could have a beat the clock challenge that was like 10, 20 minutes or whatever, but it defeats the purpose.
Right. Basically what you're doing is that first guy is handicapping himself if he does it too long or too short. Because there's always, unless he beats that guy in 3 seconds,
then he's gonna lose.
Yeah, he's not gonna do the challenge. But like, however, there was a little bit of controversy in this match, in this result, as the referee isn't sure if Jericho beat the 10 count back into the ring, but he did. So drama over. Next up is Brodus Clay versus Jobber number 5000.
JTG still has a job?
Yes, he did. I mean, and we at last.
Holy crap!
I know, it's amazing.
You know what I'm sad? Prime Time, when they were still together, won 2 WWE Tag Team title shots. They won them twice, and they never got one. I still think he should be able to call that up and like do something with it, because technically they still exist. God damn it!
Who's he gonna tag with at this point? Tyson
I
Kidd?
don't know. Kofi Kingston.
Oh no, we'll
No,
get.
they already put the other black guy with him.
Oh, we'll get to that when
Oh yeah,
we
we'll
get to
definitely get
SmackDown.
to that.
Hey,
So
we could. He could join up with them, and we could have the new nation.
We are the nation. Domination.
Tyson
You
Kidd
win
would
the
be going
nation
hard, of
too,
course.
Jimmy. Wait, anyways, up next, we go to commercial. We come back, and Eve basically tells Teddy to get the fuck out. And that's what Teddy does. He's like, I don't give a shit. I'm Teddy fucking Long. I don't need this shit. I'm just gonna go away. And Eve is basically giving Laurinaitis a pep talk, like, look, dude, board's watching. You've got to decide who John Cena's next opponent is gonna be. And he says, okay, and John Cena won't like it. And we go to commercial. Wait, what? How many fucking we could have done a fucking commercial in the after the first entrance of the next match, which is Randy Orton versus Jack Swagger. It's Swaggy time.
I wonder who's winning this match.
Oh yeah. Excuse me if I spoil it. You know, to be honest with you, for a beat the clock challenge, Randy Orton versus Jack Swagger wasn't that disappointing.
It's a good match. They're both good wrestlers. Well, Orton's a good wrestler when he wants to be, and Swagger's a good wrestler when he's not smoking and getting blown up.
And again, like I said, however, this beat the clock match is kind of like, well, hey, we know. I mean, it's you're either gonna beat the clock or you're gonna win it. And Randy Orton actually beats it with 3 seconds to spare.
See, that's the way it kind of
2
has.
seconds to spare. Ooh,
That's the way it kind of has to be when you're going to do it.
right. 4 minutes and 16 seconds is the new record. Again, not a whole lot to write home about this match. It was again one of your standard paint by the numbers, and of course, this being the WWE, they included all the crayons. If anybody knows my complaints from the TNA show, because TNA does do paint by the numbers matches, but leaves out half the fucking crayons.
Hey, if TNA and WWE don't have continuity between shows, why should we?
Yeah, that's true. So next up, guys, WWE Tag Team Championship. The O's versus R-Truth and Kofi Kingston.
The O's?
I had literally forgotten
Oh.
Usos were the fucking champions.
No, not those O's. Not the Usos. Epico and Primo.
Puerto Rican America.
That's how bad the tag teams are. I literally have forgotten who the fuck was the champion in one goddamn week.
Mainly, I remembered because Rosa was with them.
Yeah, that's the only reason anybody fucking remembers the fact that Epico and Primo are even a tag team, because, well, hey, they've got Rosa Mendez, who learned Spanish by jumping rope, shaking her ass in tight jeans and a corset. Ooh,
I'm
mama.
complaining. Anyways, the match.
Good match. Which is
Mm.
surprising. Finish comes right the fuck out of nowhere, but whatever. You guys can talk about it.
There really isn't
not
much,
really much to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the nature of WWE nowadays. Outside of a few key areas, it's all filler.
Yeah, and speaking of filler, R-Truth and Kofi Kingston are your new tag team champions.
At least Kofi got the titles back. I'm glad that they haven't completely fucked him over because Evan Bourne doesn't know when to lay off the wacky tobacco.
No.
Yeah, but at the
not
same
wacky-
time, R-Truth was also caught with the spice. Or
It's
at least he
not
was
actual.
ratted out by Evans, so good luck to Kofi keeping those titles.
Yeah, and by the way, this is not actual wacky tobacco that they got Evan Bourne on. It was fake wacky tobacco.
What was he smoking
real.
oregano?
What's the point?
Well, yeah, exactly. What is the fucking point of if you're gonna get caught with the real shit, dude? Anyways, we go to the back. We go to commercial. We come to the back, and Epico and Primo are like arguing with each other, and Rosa Mendez, and then Abraham Washington shows up. Because apparently he wants to be the next Vicky Guerrero and manage a stable of superstars.
AW, I'd hate to tell you, but Eddie's corpse is in pretty bad shape now.
Oh.
Oh, that was horrible.
Oh, dude.
He said he wanted to be the next Vicky Guerrero. Well, there's that place you have to start.
I want it.
That was a horrible taste.
Dude.
And you're all laughing on the inside, you
I'm
goddamn
not laughing at all. I am horribly offended.
Dude, I watched New Legacy Inc. and I'm still quite offended by that.
Oh, go eat a dick.
Oh, God. Anyways, next Beat the Clock challenge is the Great Khali versus Kane. I'm not going to even discuss this match because, god damn it, no matter what Kane does, you can't get a good match out of the Great Khali in this day and age.
In any day and age, at any time, at any place, you cannot get a good match out of Khali.
He makes one yearn for Giant Gonzalez.
And that is fucking sad. Anyways, Kane, nobody wins this match. Time expires. I can't even talk about this because it's
Kane still jobs out Khali by choke slamming him after the match, though.
yeah. It's like, wait a second, he's a legit 7'1". How the hell does a choke slam even put him down for 3 seconds? Let alone 30 that they were.
Because he's Kane and he has the powers of Satan.
Oh right. Anyways, next match is your final Beat the Clock challenge. It's Daniel Bryan versus Jerry Lawler.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes. Anyways, for a guy who's 60 years old, Kingston can still go, which surprises the hell out of me every time. Every time he gets back into the ring with guys who, when he first began wrestling, weren't even a shine in their daddy's eye.
Well, he still worked. Well, he only has to do one thing. He only has to fly to Raw. He instantly goes back home when that's done. Or if it's a pay-per-view week, he does the pay-per-view. And he still works out. He still does his cardio. He's not like jacked up like, say, Batista or McMahon, but he still does his cardio every week.
I gotta say, whatever, my head is always off whenever I see King in the ring, and regardless of what Michael Cole says, King is always welcome in a match because he will always put over your talent. He will always make them look like $1 million. And what more can you say to a guy who, well, is of the caliber of Jerry the King Lawler?
He put over Miz in a fucking TLC match.
Exactly. And he puts over Bryan, who is
the Yes Lock puts the King away very quickly.
In fact, so quickly that the internet explodes. At Over the Limit, it is Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Danielson, CM Punk hadn't already had about 8 matches in WWE already.
Well, this is for the title.
Yeah.
They've had a match where they were both champions.
This is for the title.
Look, dude, let's just put this into context. These are two guys who started out in the indies, people who may thought were not going to go anywhere when they went to WWE, and now they're both feuding for the title.
Not just any title. The WWE Championship.
This isn't some cruiserweight champion bullshit.
This isn't the World Heavyweight title bullshit. This is
it's sad that that's true, because I still absolutely fucking love the look of the World Heavyweight title belt.
Right, yeah, everybody does. But the fact of the matter is, it is the second tier title. This is the top of the. You can't get any higher unless you unify the two titles, and they're never gonna fucking do that again.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did, honestly, because, well, first of all, I heard they want to replace the design of the current belt because it's finally stopped selling, and people are still saying it's ugly as hell. And two, I think they are trying to end the brand extension because, well, it's been over for about 5 years, but I mean officially.
Oh, it's been over for a year officially.
I still don't think it's gonna end.
Well, who knows?
There's too many
The
people
brand extension only means that Raw gets all the superstars and SmackDown only gets the SmackDown superstars.
Yeah, and I'm kind of tired of this. Anyways, John Cena promo. You know what? For what this set up, it kind of worked. Basically, Cena said, "Oh, I'm fine. No tears, no breaks, just strains, but I'm still here." So, if the rumors are true and they told Brock Lesnar that they were going to stretcher out John Cena, he was going to be gone for a while, go film the Marine 3, which in fact the Miz is going to be in the next Marine movie.
I can't believe that they're still caring. They're trying to make this like a major franchise, this fucking Marine movie. When at the first,
it's gonna be like American Ninja.
Well, okay, I'm rolling off on a tangent here, but I actually like the Marine and the Marine 2. John Cena
played movies. They're just not great movies.
Right? No, I mean they're good. Shut your brain off, and just watch something fun for an hour.
I disagree, because when I want a good turn your brain off fun movie, I watch stuff like Commando. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger chasing some gay Australian around a compound is my kind of turn your brain off movie.
You know, that tells me a lot about you. But to be fair, I like a good movie where I just watch I get to watch John Cena chase the T-1000 around for a while. I like that. I enjoy watching Ted DiBiase, who, by the way, looks like a fucking Marine, actually, go around kicking bad guys' skulls in. These things work. I'm not too sure if the Miz is going to fit into that mold, but we'll see. Anyways, back on target, unless somebody else has something they want to say.
Nope. I was going to mention something I find funny about the Marine 3, but I doubt you guys want to hear it.
Yes, we've seen the poster of Colt Cabana and CM Punk.
No, that's not it. I'm talking about how it's home front, but it's being filmed in another country.
So Johnny Ace comes out, and basically it's like, hey, I got your next opponent. And out comes Lord Tensai.
Here comes genital piercings.
Here comes Prince Albert.
The Prince Albert.
And no one cares.
Prince Albert in 2012 is feuding with the top draw in WWE.
But wait, it's a swerve.
Your opponent, John Cena, your opponent, and over the limit is me.
That is the scariest Johnny Ace impression I've ever heard. And Tensai Disciple, because they haven't given this guy a name, and Laurinaitis all beat the shit out of Cena.
I think they've actually referred to him as Sakamoto a few times on TV.
Yeah, he's Sakamoto.
Okay, so it is Sakamoto. Okay, well, so let me get this straight. Johnny Ace, the guy who invented the Ace Crusher, which was then perfected by Diamond Dallas Page, which is now being used by Randy Orton, who probably hasn't seen the inside of a wrestling ring. What do you want to say? A good 10 years?
I'd say 15.
Okay,
His last run was his allegedly sleeping with the boss's wife run in New Japan.
Right. Okay. So a good.
I don't think that's
15
true. I think he did some stuff in WCW, but I can't
Let me
remember.
see,
It.
John Laurinaitis. Hold on,
Well-
I'm looking it up.
All right. But still, a good 15 years since he last seriously competed in the ring is going up against the guy who, you know, I used to use this catchphrase in e-fetting, so I'm going to use it for this, who death couldn't even stop.
Yeah, but you know, Brock Lesnar's going to be there unless now it's fucking Triple H and Brock Lesnar, which is just. Well, you know what? I will say something. I don't think Triple H and Brock Lesnar ever really faced off in WWE in his first run.
No, you're
No, they
actually
didn't.
you're actually true. They never really fed Brock Lesnar to Triple H.
I think what happened was, if I recall correctly, this was right before they split the titles, and Brock had just killed either The Rock or Hogan for the title.
Well, he had killed Hogan, and then he went to SummerSlam and he killed The Rock, and
then he went to SmackDown.
then Eric
brought up
Bischoff
World
gave
Heavyweight.
Triple H the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, so it really wasn't time for Triple H to start feuding for the title with him, so they were always separated. So this is kind of new ground.
Right. Mega Fighter, did you find anything out about Laurinaitis?
His last match in All Japan was June 9th, 2000. So 12 years.
Well, about 12 years. Okay, 12 years.
About 2000. He was in WCW by that time. That they let him still work in all New Japan. Holy shit!
Well, he was in WCW behind the scenes.
Yeah, it was
Basically, he went to WCW. He was sort of the head of talent relations there, and then he came to WWE and took JR's job.
Yeah,
What's funny is that apparently he was actually good in WCW. Maybe that's just a perspective thing. He wasn't raging incompetence like what most of WCW's management was.
Okay, but here's the thing I want to say about the match. You know, it's just going to be a match where John Cena just beats the shit out of Johnny Ace, right?
Right, exactly. Which is something we've been wanting to see. But if anybody remembers, when CM Punk had John Laurinaitis up for the GTS, he had no expression on his face. None whatsoever. Like, he didn't even give a shit. Now imagine when John
Oops,
Cena...
I forgot how to sell.
Now imagine when John Cena hoists him up for the Attitude Adjustment, FU, and there is no expression on that face. Not a grimace of pain.
Wait, is this the part where I sell? I keep forgetting where I sell. Giant Baba's wife told me I never had to sell.
This match is going to be shit. And it's going to be because Johnny Ace does not know how to sell.
No, it's going to be shit because Brock Lesnar's going to run in and kill Cena again, or Lord Tensai is, because apparently he's one of his goons now.
Yeah.
That's the only. Admit it. That's the only way to get any sort of heat on Tensai is for him to basically be a glorified bodyguard. Because God knows no one gives two shits about him now.
The biggest thing he's ever gotten is people basically pointing out he used to be Prince Albert. I cannot wait until somebody
There are
breaks
audible Albert chants every time he comes out.
I cannot wait until a shave your back. If they go to like New York or Philadelphia, or a really smarky crowd, shave your back is coming out.
Oh God!
Come on now, Smarks are not that stupid. They can clearly see he shaved.
They're still gonna say it because it's still fucking Prince Albert. You know, the Wookiee of WWE from 2000 to 2002.
Yeah, but the thing is, if he clearly did shave his back, there's no point to it.
Or how? All right, then you shaved your back.
You shaved your back.
Okay,
Wait,
see,
what?
that I'll buy.
So, yeah, guys, it's time for SmackDown because that was Raw, and oh my God, SmackDown.
I remember one thing from SmackDown. That is it.
Oh, I remember quite a bit about SmackDown, especially the opening, where Sheamus is apparently just going to take on Daniel Bryan for the hell of it, and because why the fuck not? Alberto Del Rio, and then I think this is the part Revolver Man is talking about. And would you believe a chimera can fly?
That isn't what I was talking about, but yes, go on.
Ricardo Rodriguez with the top rope crossbody on Sheamus.
I admit it. I fanboyed out.
Yeah.
Ricardo Rodriguez is so fucking over, it's unbelievable.
If okay, actually, it's not a question of when. It is literally a question of if. If they ever let Ricardo go and actually wrestle, it's just going to be amazing. But
you know what I would love to see his gimmick? He still does his ring announcing. He's still in this full suit, but he ring announces for himself. So after he's done, he actually strips to his proper ring gear and starts his fight.
Okay.
And not like ripping his clothes off, taking it off like a gentleman and like folding them up and giving them to the ref.
That could work. Anyways, after that disqualification, because this was an actual match, out comes Del Rio to lock Sheamus in the cross arm breaker, and Brian is like,
"Go fuck yourself, armbar."
Yeah, and Brian's like, "Well, fuck you," and puts Sheamus in the yes lock. I the way these results are written, it literally does sound that on both ends of Sheamus, you've got Alberto applying the cross arm breaker, and then somehow Sheamus has contorted his body so that Brian can lock on the yes lock at the same time.
Shit.
That Sheamus is a trooper.
Yeah, he is. And Sheamus is like, "Oh, I gotta get back in the ring," but it's like, "No, Sheamus, we can't allow you. You're just referees. Watch, I touch you, you'll go down. Why aren't you going down? Because we're outside the ring. We gain."
So where's this why isn't he fired anymore? I thought that was like the moment he touched a ref, he's gone.
I think that was only for the Extreme Rules match, the 2 out of 3 falls match.
Yeah. So we go to the back. We go to commercial. We go back, and Sheamus is getting worked on because apparently this is the new big thing for the WWE. The faces with arm injury. I don't care.
I guess it's a really simple thing to do. I mean,
it's literally the only way you can show on some of these guys that they're quote unquote vulnerable is to injure the arm. Okay, I get it. It's that storytelling 101. And this isn't anything new from the WWE or hell, any wrestling promotion. I mean, I mean, it's not like Jericho with his quote unquote ribs taped, but he's still fighting.
I've always loved taped ribs.
Yeah.
Simply because, first of all, anything involving your breathing is so fucking serious that the idea that these guys would still fight is basically comical. And second, that apparently, as long as the ribs are taped, they're at 100%. But the moment that bandage comes off, oh shit.
Yeah. Those bandages provide you some form of armor akin to like full plate mail. But the second they come off, it's like, oh shit. Don't hit me there. And so we go to our next match, which is R-Truth and Kofi Kingston versus the other O's, Camacho and Honeyco. Remember when Honeyco came out with Epico and Primo, and I could have sworn they were going to start a stable called the O's, which would have been awesome. But
I thought they were going to be Latin America. I thought they were going to be Mexican America.
Yeah.
So, I would think if they did go together, they'd be more like LAX than Mexican American.
Yeah, probably. Anyways, um, as we start, before this match starts, out comes Primo and Epico with Rosa Mendez and Abraham Washington. So to recap, we've got Kofi Kingston and R-Truth versus Camacho and Hunico, while Primo and Epico with Rosa and Abraham watch on at the top of the stage. You got that?
So yeah,
I'm so confused.
basically, did anyone else notice that the tag team currently comprises of absolutely no white people?
Oh my fucking god!
Hey, we need one thing. One thing.
What?
What?
I said we need one thing. You guys have the rest of the fucking divisions. Well, except for
I
Oh,
get it. Oh, that's terrible. The match starts off with Hunico committing child abuse. Now, granted, it's an imaginary land, but still child abuse.
little Jimmy got smacked.
R-Truth ain't gonna take that line down. Wow. I mean, again, what can you say about this match? It was one of those paint by the numbers. Kofi Kingston and R-Truth, who are kind of exciting, versus Camacho and a guy who should have stayed under the mask, in Hunico. And it's like, okay, well, here we go. Whatever. R-Truth and Kofi Kingston win. With Truth hitting the little Jimmy for the 3 count. I don't get why they call that the little Jimmy. Does anybody else?
No, it's his
my
gimmick.
results say
That's
the
it.
truth detector.
Yeah, wasn't it the lie detector before? Wait, no, that's a spinny elbow thing.
Yeah, that's that
He's
elbow.
got a lot of finishers for a lower card guy.
Yeah,
Well,
really.
well, to be honest with you, it's R-Truth. I mean, he's got the truth detector, lie detector, whatever, the axe kick, and now he's got the little Jimmy. I mean, the guy has gone through a lot of finishers, and he also occasionally busts out the Osaka Street Cutter. So, yeah.
Rama.
Yeah, I mean, R-Truth, I like watching R-Truth. I think he can be a lot bigger than he could be. But unfortunately, he's handicapped by the fact that there is a glass ceiling in the WWE. And yeah. Anyway, so our next match is Brodus Clay versus Jack Swagger.
This happened.
Here's something I noticed.
SmackDown is such a fucking B show nowadays.
Yeah, what'd you notice, Mega Fighter?
Jack Swagger's new ring gear is Spider-Man colors.
Thank you for that insight.
Yeah.
I guess that's the thing that matters.
Yeah.
No, there's really not much to talk about.
No,
I mean,
what can you say about a Brodus Clay match? It's all squashes, no matter who he's facing, because I guess they just don't fucking trust him to run a longer match, even though he can. We've seen it on Superstars. I've seen it on Superstars. And, I mean, I just don't get it. I really don't. Anyways, Brodus Clay wins with the, with a 10 count, because apparently Swagger's a fucking coward, and
He gets tired of getting beaten up and he rolls out of the ring and he leaves.
yeah, that's it. There's no conclusion to this match. Oh, by the way, guys, Josh Matthews is back after being brutalized by Brock Lesnar.
Yay!
You know what? I believe this because Brock spent most of his time in UFC getting his ass kicked up and down the octagon, so I can believe that he actually can't put a guy on the shelf for longer than a couple weeks.
That all he did was he threw Josh Matthews through a chain link fence that was connected to nothing. Okay?
And you've seen the give on chain link fences that WWE has. It might as well have been a fucking trampoline.
Right, exactly. So I don't know why Josh wasn't there last week for SmackDown, and we had to deal with Cole and Booker T. Ugh, that was torture. Apparently John Cena's injuries were made much worse on Monday night, and Cole is like, "Hey guys, John Laurinaitis took a personal day." What?
I need to go. I need to go out and get a mani pedi. I'm very stressed out right now. I just need some time to myself.
SmackDown. Not even its GM can be arsed to actually do the fucking show.
But thank God Eve is there, because if without it, Sheamus and Del Rio and Daniel Bryan arguing would have been like, "Hey, you know what? We're just going to keep arguing for a while." But Eve's in charge tonight, guys, and
Why?
Because Teddy Long is Johnny Ace's personal bitch.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we'll get into that. We still yet to get to tonight's Teddy Long humiliation segment. Yeah, but that's coming up in a little bit. Anyways, guys, we do find out that Sheamus still wants to compete. Why?
Fighting champion. Which apparently means he's a stupid champion.
Everybody, there's a very good reason why. He's Irish.
Oh, good. You
Oh,
just insulted.
God,
My name is Sheamus, and I
over-
like to fight. Wait, that's the wrong guy.
Yeah. Shoo, guys, get ready. We have the in-ring debut of Damian Sandow.
You mean we have the in-ring debut of the Genius ripoff?
Yeah.
Hey, I like this gimmick.
I
Question.
liked it too.
Question.
I loved it, but it's still a Genius ripoff.
Yeah.
Here's my question. When did Owen Citizen get a WWE contract?
Well, you see, Mega Fighter, what happens is Vince is really trying to pull in the internet audience. So I guess he went to, I don't fucking know. Oh, by the way, it's a swerve. We're not actually getting the in-ring debut of Damian Sandow. For the benefit of everybody, by the way.
Yeah, you shouldn't have your guy saying it's a good thing you won't see him fight. That's generally not something you should say.
Yeah, and Derek Bateman, who was supposed to be his opponent, is like, dude, I earned the right to have a match. You're on SmackDown when I won on NXT.
That was like a year ago.
No, it was actually 5 months ago.
It's NXT. It might as well have never happened.
Exactly. But this brings out Goldberg. I'm sorry, this brings out Goldback. I'm sorry, this brings out Ryberg. I'm sorry, this brings out Skip Sheffield.
You know, I would. You know what Ryback looked like to me? If a tattooless Batista decided to steal RVD's ring gear before he came up to his match.
Oh yeah, you're actually fucking right about that. You know what?
Well, at least it's not fun. At least it's not another fucking thing where, there's people in the back watching him wrestle and apparently being so amused by him wrestling that they're laughing and shit. Like, it's not really serious.
At least
Yeah.
it's not fucking Crimson.
Yeah, there's that too. And bless his heart, if Derek Bateman tries to fucking, do anything, but Ryback just basically runs roughshod all over him. Ryback, I could care less.
You see how important NXT is? It brings in the next generation of jobbers into the WWE.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, so basically they've dropped the monitors and Ryberg's upgrading to the actual WWE jobbers rather than just random guys they pluck out of the streets.
Yeah.
He's upgraded to dedicated jobbers.
Next, we'll see him actually taking on JTG and Tyson Kidd and the rest of the mid card mafia.
Yeah.
So up next is a tag team match that somebody is like, "Oh, I hate this so much." It's Kane and Cody Rhodes taking on Big Show and Randy Orton, and I liked this match.
Hmm.
I liked it a lot because oh my god! I mean, okay, yeah, you had Show. I mean, yeah, you had Randy Orton, but oh my god, Big Show still proving that he can fucking go. And Kane saying, "Hey, remember when I used to do this running DDT thing? Well, let me remind you." I mean, it's like, okay, fine. I was okay with this tag match. I actually like it when they put pay-per-view opponents together because I guess what they're trying to say is the Big Show Cody Rhodes feud is not done, and by God, the Kane Randy Orton feud is still not in any way, shape, or form done because we're still waiting for Wade Barrett to get back. Still away. But I mean, I liked it. I liked this match for what it was. It was four guys who know each other pretty damn well, and oh my God, Big Show and Cody Rhodes. I don't know what it is about these two, but they work so damn well together.
They really do. It's a nice contrast to styles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Match ends with Big Show hitting the WMD on Rhodes for the knockout for the 3 count. After,
like I said, I love that move. I like that more than Big Show's choke slam, honestly.
well, okay, and I'm gonna say, and I probably know why you like it. Big Show has huge hands, and you really do believe that he could legit knock someone out with a punch to the jaw.
And the funny thing is, everybody who takes that punch is like, he doesn't hit me at all. Doesn't hit me at all. Doesn't hurt, but it looks devastating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does look devastating. Mega Fighter, go ahead. I know you have something to say.
I pretty much in agreement with you guys. It's like this big ass punch to the face looks like it probably would destroy your mouth if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Damn good finisher.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm always a strong believer in really strong finishers, because even if a guy jobs to a finisher, it still doesn't make him look bad if the finisher's put over as some kind of instant death move. In fact, I would argue if it's a finisher like the WMD or the Tombstone, that just getting back up and being able to wrestle after it makes you look better than before.
Yeah, I would. You know what? I would definitely agree with you. And I don't know why he started going to the WMD so often, but it's a really refreshing change of pace. It's not like the Final Cut he used to do, if anybody remembers that.
That was dumb.
Yeah, it was very dumb. But this is a very nice evolution of what Big Show can do in the ring. And I, for one, like it. Of course, the fact of the matter is, the finish comes, Cody goes for the beautiful disaster kick, but Show just slaps him in mid, it just slaps him out of the air. It was just a thing of beauty to watch.
Interception!
Bitch, please!
No, like, want some gravy with that stuffing?
Oh, lame.
Yeah, no, nobody cares about basketball. So we go to the back where my former pick base is talking to Sheamus, and Sheamus is like, "Oh, I'm here to fight. That's exactly what I'm gonna do, fella." Okay. hey guys, want a WWE Divas match that doesn't suck and doesn't star Beth Phoenix or Karma? Why, you couldn't do worse than Layla versus Natalia.
No, God. I thought this was I thought this was a fine match.
Okay, I'm going to explain my reasonings, because this actually started off like it was some sort of technical dream match.
I like that part of it. Why can't the Divas get technical?
Yeah, I love that part. And also, you got to remember, Layla had always had okay wrestling skills before the injury. She comes back and you put her with a quality opponent like Natalia. It's like, wow, who has she been training with? We had a waist lock into a front face lock to a hammer lock to head scissors and then reversals. And of course, my favorite part of the match is when Natalia lays Layla out end over end with a discus clothesline. Wow. And I'm not just talking, this puts her flat on her back. This almost, puts her flat on her belly.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Layla sold that like a pro.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've always been impressed with Layla, but whoever she has been training with, hats off to you, sir, or madam, whoever you are. Unfortunately, since they're still trying to build Layla up again, Layla wins with the layout for the 3 count, which is okay. I don't mind that because it's non-title, and really Natalia is just coming out of that stupid farting gimmick.
Oh, thank God they haven't done that in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's next?
Up next is who gets to how do we humiliate Teddy Long this week?
Uh,
How did we do this?
Antonio Cesaro photo shoot.
Yeah.
Is a rub oil on another dude. I thought that was ironic because since he was a fucking manager, I'm like, if you know anything about, like, if you're smart at all, you know it's bullshit. He's probably done that plenty of times before, but he just looks so fucking disgusted by it.
Apparently, Teddy is not comfortable with his sexuality.
Nope.
No. Of course, at the same time, Antonio is making out with Oksana, the love of Teddy's life. So, okay. We then go to commercial. We come back and
when Teddy, does anyone else remember when Teddy had another love of his life? It was Bobby Lashley's wife. It was Crystal.
Crystal, yeah, went psycho and caused Bobby to quit the WWE and proceed to do absolutely fucking nothing.
Because that woman had a ticket to fucking superstardom. She was supposed to be the fucking person that Edge was cheating on. That Edge was cheating on Vicky with.
And she then leads Bobby over to TNA. He proceeds to do fuck all nothing. And then he's like, well, I'm leaving for MMA. Catch you guys later. And he's done fuck all. Seriously, what has Bobby Lashley done at all?
People are stupid.
Bobby.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we go to commercial. We come back. We're in the back, and Alicia Fox and Miss Caitlin are talking when Miss AJ shows up. And Alicia's like, "Bye, Caitlin. You can handle this." She's only 5'0", weighs 100 pounds, and that's only after she's had a hamburger. You can do this, and they proceed to have a little chit chat. It's like, look, Caitlin, I'm so sorry. I understand if you'll never forgive me for what I did, but last week that wasn't the real me. Not the real me. Caitlin's like, bitch! I was betrayed. I'm your friend, but you've got to stop the pity party over Daniel Bryan. And then AJ Halls takes her pimp hand, raises it on high, and slaps the taste out of Caitlin's mouth.
I think Caitlyn should learn that she shouldn't badmouth Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I think we're actually coming to a realization that Daniel Bryan is AJ's berserk butt. And you press it, she keeps that pimp hand strong. She really does. Oh, by the way, guys, we have the Raw rebound. I don't care. And apparently, Triple H did suffer a quote-unquote broken arm and will require surgery. And wait, what?
Anyways,
a broken
thanks
arm.
for that odd recap in the middle of the show. Out of nowhere, Michael Cole, Booker T, and Josh Matthews.
Yeah, like unless his arm is like reduced to fine powder and they need to screw shit back together, a simple resetting is all that's really needed.
I mean,
unless they're trying to imply Brock Lesnar broke Triple H's arm so bad it was a hair's width from being amputated.
No. Here's another thing. If you look at where Brock had Triple H's arm, it wasn't. I mean, it's just simple. You put him in a cast, and he's good to go for a few weeks, or unless you're Bob Orton, in which case that cast never fucking comes off.
Hey, well, he kept you have to remember he kept using the cast as a weapon, so that's probably a good reason why.
Yeah, there's probably a good reason why we kept that cast on for years. In fact, it's still not completely healed to this day. But guys, we're being joined by El Patron himself, Alberto Del Rio at ringside, and yeah.
So it's time for yeah. If you're just tuning into SmackDown now, you might think that shit, it's just starting.
Yeah, this is the first match of the evening. They're redoing this. And
oh my god, I've gone back in time again.
Don't they usually edit this in such a way so it doesn't obviously look like they did two matches and splice them together?
Actually, these are two different matches because in the first match, Sheamus didn't have the kryptonite bandages around him. See, that's where the doctor keeps going wrong. He's putting kryptonite bandages on people, and as we all know, if you're holding a belt or you're John Cena, you're basically Superman. Guys, Daniel Bryan told the referee he has till 5. No, that makes no sense.
I'm confused.
It's his heel gimmick, and
I'm confused.
It's his heel gimmick that he screams at when he's the best in the world.
I'm so confused.
It's his gimmick. Okay, you know what? Fuck you, Noli. Revolver Man, you're gonna back me up on this, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mega Fighter knows what I'm talking about.
Wait, I have till 5. It's a staple.
Oh, God.
Run in!
There's nobody but me.
I have till 5, referee.
Thank you, Christopher says. Thank you. At least somebody's got my back instead of leaving me out in the cold.
Well, is there going to be a gimmick?
Does
that mean Daniel Bryan's going to have a gimmick match where he doesn't have till 5 to break a hold on the ropes in the future?
Oh, God. I'm going to punch you with quarters in my fist. this match again. I mean, say what you will, Daniel Bryan and Sheamus have been quoted both saying in interviews saying, "We love facing each other because we're not afraid to hit each other." And again, it really does show because they're not afraid to do shit at all to each other. It's like, hey, hit me, I'm gonna hit you back just as hard, and they love it, and the audience loves it. I don't know about you. I mean, when I was watching SmackDown, the crowd really seemed into everything. They were very loud, or it might have just been me.
Well, and it wasn't the fake SmackDown loud either. It was
it wasn't the hair dryer. You know when they pipe it, it sounds kind of like a hair dryer.
Right. Yeah. I legitimately had a hard time hearing the announcers, not just because I was, viewing it through the computer, but I just couldn't hear them. The crowd noise was just that loud. Of course, Bryan does make a mistake, and he takes off the bandages. And Sheamus is like, "Oh, the kryptonite's done. Okay." And it's like, "Oh, gonna just start kicking your ass now, Bryan. Aren't you supposed to be injured?" Shit.
Yeah, Sheamus decides that selling is beneath him halfway through the match.
Yeah, that's basically it. So we finally, I mean, the match ends with Alberto Del Rio tries to interrupt the Celtic Cross, but Sheamus is like, "Hey, Del Rio, here, have a Daniel Bryan." And then Daniel Bryan gets the smart idea to go up top to try again for that beautiful missile drop kick from the top rope. But Sheamus is like, "Bro kick." He takes off Bryan's head. I always cringe when I see guys taking moves when they're in midair.
Yeah.
Especially,
it's hard to protect yourself in that situation.
Right. I mean, I don't know if I guess everyone remembers this spot, but Shelton Benjamin basically cemented himself as the king of crazy by taking a midair switch-in music from Shawn Michaels after
I remember they still play highlights of that sometimes.
Yeah.
Right. It's one of those spots that basically cemented Shelton Benjamin as the
awesome.
As awesome and also as Mr. Crazy. What also cemented him was his various Money in the Bank ladder match appearances, where he'd basically kill himself on a ladder spot.
Look at me jumping off high shit. I'm like Jeff Hardy, only I don't do drugs, and I'm actually talented.
And I'm black.
He does have funny colored hair, though.
I was just about to say he still has the gold hair, the gold standard, if you will.
Sheamus wins 1, 2, 3, but again, I always cringe when I see that spot. So I guess Bryan is done with SmackDown. He's moving. He's going to be moving over to Raw to feud with CM Punk, and I cannot wait for this.
Wait, no, maybe we're lucky, and CM Punk's going to start coming to SmackDown to feud with Bryan.
Oh my God! If we could only be so lucky, but we're not, because the WWE does not want SmackDown to have one point of ratings anywhere bigger than they already have by sending somebody who's a big name talent to SmackDown.
Well, hasn't it been said that when SmackDown was on the CW, it was outperforming Raw when you looked behind the numbers, and like Vince lost his shit over that?
I do believe you're correct, but again, that was back so long ago.
I know. I mean, SmackDown is honestly on the verge of becoming WWE.com only, because I don't know what's going to happen first. Sci-Fi dropping them or Sci-Fi being dropped?
Well,
Sci-Fi's not going to get dropped.
No, Sci-Fi.
They're gonna keep making money by showing reruns and shitty ass game shows and other horrible stuff.
Well, okay.
What?
I hate Spike TV now, not just for Impact, but because so many channels that used to be good have decided to become Spike TV.
Yeah, I mean it. Well, here's the thing: Sci-Fi and SmackDown. When they say, "Oh, SmackDown is the highest rated show on Sci-Fi," they're actually correct.
Oh, yeah, they are correct, but that's like saying you're the biggest guy in the kiddie pool.
Well, no. Sci-Fi actually does bring in pretty good ratings for a cable show with their original programming. Stuff like Warehouse 13, Eureka, God, when it was on for a while, Sanctuary, even though it's technically not original programming as it was a web series beforehand.
Yeah, but isn't it? Yeah, but isn't technically their second highest rating the Ghost Chaser show?
Well, they still. The point is, they still get good ratings.
They do
Yeah, I
get
guess so.
ratings. So Sci-Fi will probably never get dropped like G4 was dropped by DirecTV because Sci-Fi.
People actually watch it.
Yeah, exactly. People actually.
As much as we bash Sci-Fi, they still do original stuff. G4 long ago stopped doing original stuff.
Right.
Hey, they have Attack of the Show and X-Play.
Yeah,
And
no,
lots of-
X-Play's dead now.
X-Play's dead, dude.
Wait, they killed X-Play?
No.
Yeah, freaking what's his name left?
Adam Sessler's gone.
Thank you.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he left G4.
Do they still have Morgan?
Yeah, but she can't hold that show by herself. I mean,
I'm
right.
shocked and offended. Let's finish the show so I can be angry.
Okay. So yeah, I'm actually excited for where they're going with Over the Limit. Unlike Sacrifice, where I just don't give a shit. I actually care about a good majority of what they're going to show at Over the Limit. I do actually care. I care the fuck like nobody's fucking business about CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan. I actually kind of want to see Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio. And, well, that's all they've really got booked right now. Yes, I know they got Laurinaitis versus Cena, but do you really give a fuck about that?
Hey, everybody wants to see Johnny Ace and People Power live and alive on pay-per-view.
Hey,
I put butts in the seat, brother.
Hey, Ace,
Yes.
shut the fuck up.
That is
You know
not
what?
very nice, Iron Bite.
Somebody
You should
must
not talk to me in that way. I am the executive vice president of talent relations.
You know
You
what?
couldn't
Someone
hold it up
must
for
be,
long, could you?
Someone must be smuggling in nitrous oxide into the writers' room if they seriously think Johnny Ace can hold 1998 to 2000 Vince McMahon's fucking jock strap in this feud.
Oh, good lord, I remember that era too. Anyways, so that's Raw and SmackDown. Pretty good week for the WWE coming up with Extreme Rules, wouldn't you say? They're actually keeping the momentum up. Next week, we'll see. But you know what? Hey, there we go. So what game are we gonna play?
It's not yet the part of the WWE calendar when shit starts to suck.
Right. I mean,
That starts to happen around September when Monday Night Football comes back, and they're like, "Fuck it, no one's watching anyways."
Yeah, you know what? I've got to say that you're completely correct on that. It's Monday Night Football will always rule the airwaves. I don't care who you are.
Basically.
Yeah.
But it's not on the air right now. But what is what gets more screen time than John Morrison. I will start with Teddy's sexual frustrations and insecurities get more screen time than John Morrison.
That's pretty good. Mega Fighter?
Derek Bateman gets more screen time than John Morrison.
Oh. Oh.
Who would have thought that would ever happen?
Yeah, really.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Johnny Ace, the executive vice president, talent relations, and the permanent general manager of both Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDowns, pedicure and manicure session got more screen time than John Morrison.
Oh,
Johnny-
I even botched like Johnny Ace.
yes, you do.
Man.
You know what? Okay, I got one. Brock Lesnar's faux temper tantrum at ringside gets more screen time than John Morrison.
Oh
Brock
my
Lesnar-
God, my arm's not really broken, but I'll pretend it is anyways.
Right. So, folks,
Brock
don't
Lesnar running away like a pussy, I mean, because as soon as anybody started coming out, Brock was gone.
Yeah, there's that. So, folks, that's the Dark Match for this week. Don't forget to subscribe to both our Blip TV and YouTube channels. Follow us on our Twitter at DarkMatch Wrestling. That's DarkMatchRasLin. I can't spell. I never have. You should also follow us on our individual Twitters. Mine is at IronBite4.
At Revolverman 101, the letter O.
At KC Clyburn.
At Megafire Free.
You can like us on Facebook. Head over to Reviewtopia. Check us out. Check us out there as well as all the other fun stuff on there. And finally, don't forget to check us out at the SpoonyExperiment.com's forums to chat, hang out, share our opinions, argue at us, get yelled at by Tifus because that's always fun. And apparently, Allie is dumb.
Fuck you, man. I'm quitting Dark Math.
Oh, no. I invite you, prick. Anyway,
I didn't
Dark
mean
Match.
for that.
Good,
You told
good
me
night
tell
and good luck.
I didn't get to say my name again.